Howdy, y'all. This is Proverbs 19 in the HCSB for July 19th, 2023. Better a poor man who lives with integrity than someone who has deceitful lips and is a fool. Even zeal is not good without knowledge, and the one who acts hastily sins. A man's own foolishness leads him astray, yet his heart rages against the Lord. Wealth attracts many friends, but a poor man is separated from his friend. A false witness will not go unpunished, and one who utters lies will not escape. Many seek a ruler's favor, and everyone is a friend of one who gives gifts. All the brothers of a poor man hate him. How much more do his friends keep their distance from him? He may pursue them with words, but they are not there. The one who acquires good sense loves himself, and one who safeguards understanding finds success. A false witness will not go unpunished, and one who utters lies perishes. Luxury is not appropriate for a fool, how much less for a slave to rule over princes. A person's insight gives him patience, and his virtue is to overlook an offense. A king's rage is like the roaring of a lion, but his favor is like the dew on the grass. A foolish son is his father's ruin, and a wife's nagging is an endless dripping. A house and wealth are inherited from the fathers, but a sensible wife is from the Lord. Laziness induces deep sleep, and a lazy person will go hungry. The one who keeps commands preserves himself. One who disregards his ways will die. Kindness to the poor is a loan to the Lord, and he will give a reward to the lender. Discipline your son while there's still hope. Don't be intent on killing him. A person with great anger bears the penalty. If you rescue him, you'll have to do it again. Listen to counsel, receive instruction, so that you may be wise later in life. Many plans are in a man's heart, but the Lord's decree will prevail. What is desirable in a man is his fidelity. Better be a poor man than a liar. The fear of the Lord leads to life. One will sleep at night without danger. The slacker buries his hand in the bowl. He doesn't even bring it back to his mouth. Strike a mocker, and the inexperienced learn a lesson. Rebuke the discerning, and he gains knowledge. One who assaults his father and evicts his mother is a disgraceful and shameful son. Oh my gosh, excuse me. If you stop listening to correction, my son, you will stray from the words of knowledge. A worthless witness mocks justice, and a wicked mouth swallows iniquity. Judgments are prepared for the back of mockers, and beatings for the back of fools. Sorry for the yawning. It has been an extremely long day, rife with things that I did or didn't do to make my life more difficult. Oh my gosh. Managed to leave the house without some of the salt that I was supposed to bring. I managed to leave my tool at like the third pool of the day, but I didn't need it again until, I don't know, the 16th. So I had to backtrack. That was fun. And, I made that video earlier today, but sure enough, I was given a kind of a test against my rage and, what I was saying as well about doing work heartily. I thought I broke something. Oh, I shouldn't be yawning, I'm sorry. Thought I broke something. Really expensive something. A swimming pool pump, several $100s. But whatever I did, I managed to get a rock to fall just right into the impeller. So it jammed it up. I thought it broke. Replaced the capacitors. Still wouldn't start up. Tried a couple things. Still wouldn't start up. Finally, Dad, the boss, suggests that I spin the shaft manually. So then it, for sure, something was in it. And I was able to spin it till I was able to free it. So, oh my gosh. It was a long day. And then I had to get what I needed and then go back out after I was home for the day. Which, my mistake. No one else should have to suffer for it, so got it done. What else? Been one of those days. Broke the thing and had to immediately tell the homeowner I thought I broke the thing and do the right thing, and then I would immediately be getting it fixed at my cost, no problem. So, what are you going to do? Embarrass myself a bit. Zeal is not good without knowledge. One who acts hastily sins. So did I sin by telling her I broke the thing, even though I didn't actually break it? Maybe, because I acted hastily. But she was a patient woman. You could see that it was kind of like, what do you mean you broke it? But to some degree, she knows me. She's been our customer for years, so I assured her I would make it right. A man's own foolishness leads him astray, and his heart rages against the Lord. Man, that's just like so many people that I know that are attempting to. I'll just wait. That are tempted to do their own thing, but then when it gets down to it, they cannot accept the authority of the Lord or want anything to do with Him. So it's like their foolishness gets them there, but the having to turn away from their foolishness is a huge piece of contention. Many seek a ruler's favor, and everyone is a friend of one who gives gifts. I want to be around generous people. Uh-oh. They're coming for me. The one who acquires good sense loves himself. One who safeguards understanding finds success. Yeah, we praise common sense. And I think that, especially with the advent of the internet and the shorts format kind of thing on different social medias, we love learning stuff, right? Especially good sense stuff. There's like 4 different ones in here that says like false witnesses, people who say lies, they won't go unpunished. I hope that's true, man. Difficult for the rest of us. A person's insight gives. I don't know. I shouldn't even post this. Oh my gosh. I'm yawning more than I'm saying anything. A person's insight gives him patience and his virtue to overlook an offense. Yeah, because you can understand that everybody's going through something and there might be a reason for something. So it's easy to give people patience just like you would want patience and to overlook their offense. Maybe take the opportunity to say, hey, no big deal, but let's talk about this. How did this happen? I think I dislocated a rib. So I did that on this side somehow. I think with the car accident, but now it's on this side, and I can't feel parts of my body, and the others are on fire and hurt really bad. And I think I mentioned yesterday, I've never had cramps like that or sciatica pain like that in my life. That was intense. I still don't know exactly what happened. A sensible wife is from the Lord. Oh, yeah. Yeah, this is true. So, count your blessings if you have a sensible wife. Sorry to be fidgeting. This really hurts. Laziness induces a deep sleep indeed because it's like a pattern. Once you start that pattern of laziness and slothfulness, it becomes even harder to get up and, wow, my sensible wife was losing it with my irrational children, at least one of them. So, apologies. But regardless, a sensible wife is from the Lord indeed. I think was in the middle of saying that it's like a feedback loop, right? Get lazy, stay lazy. Harder to not be lazy. The one who keeps commands preserves himself. The one who disregards his ways will die. So I had this discussion recently with my cousin who says that he abides by his own moral code. It's like, well, buddy, your code's never going to be good enough as God's code, right? But people who live by code and live by commands, at least they preserve themselves. They're on, a more strict path. But somebody who disregards his ways, that just does whatever they do whenever they do it, they'll die eventually. Or sooner rather than later, right? So there's some lifestyles where they say the only way out is, in a casket or in a body bag or in jail. That's where it ends. Because, if you act with that thinking, you're going to land yourself in some trouble. Kindness to the poor is a loan to the Lord, and he will give a reward to the lender. I think that's neat. I don't want to think about it that way and have it be something transactional for myself. But I like to think that, or I like that I can think that I'll receive a reward for doing that, right? It's difficult. It's like humility, right? As soon as you got it, maybe you don't have it. So you're trying to do this for the sake of doing it and for taking care of the other person, not for the sake of a reward. Discipline your son while there's hope. Don't be intent on killing him. Sometimes it's almost one and the same. At least the kid is like, you're killing me. Oh. Yeah, but we do what we got to do as parents. A person with great anger bears the penalty. Word. If you rescue them, you'll have to do it again. Yeah, there are a couple of friends that we've had to rescue a couple of times, and they don't learn their lesson, right? Because somebody rescued them. Listen to counsel, receive instruction so that you may be wise later in life. Yeah, see above. If you're not wise, if you have no restraint, you're not going to be later in life. Many plans are in a man's heart, but the Lord's decree will prevail. Look, you can try to do your own thing. You can try to swim against the stream. But eventually, what's going to happen is going to happen. What is desirable in a man is his fidelity. Better to be a poor man than a liar. I think this is true, right? Scarface. I got my word and my balls, and I don't break them for nobody. And that should be true. That's how we should operate as men, right? Fear of the Lord leads to life. One will sleep at night or get a night's rest without danger. It's like the old child's prayer, right? The Lord keep me. That's it. That's all I got to worry about. Now I lay me down to sleep. I pray the Lord my soul will keep. And then I go to sleep. Although sometimes, right, I've got different issues where I'll lay down and I can't go to sleep, or I'm almost, I don't want to say afraid to go to sleep. When you have breathing problems, it's not cool. As you know, if you have sinus problems or anything, it's just so not fun. The slacker buries his hand in the bowl. He doesn't even bring it back to his mouth. I'm trying to find like another parallel to this besides food, What would this be? I don't have another thing. Bowl resources, right? His sustenance. And you don't bring it back to your mouth. You don't utilize, maybe that's what it is. You don't utilize the things that you are given or that you have. Maybe. Strike a mocker, the inexperienced learn a lesson. Rebuke the discerning and he gains knowledge. I like that the mocker gets like a literal smack, but you can just rebuke somebody that's wise and they'll gain more knowledge. Every time I read this, I think, who hurts their mom and dad and who kicks them out in their old age? I know our culture now is that we don't have extended family live in the house with us. They go to a nursing home. But I really feel like that should be a last resort. When there's nobody that can like physically pick up and care for that individual, you need professional help. Up until that point, I think a family should live out their days with family. If you stop listening to correction, my son, you will stray from the words of knowledge. Yeah. Yeah, it's real easy when you don't meditate on the word and stay in it daily to just kind of like wander off and do your own thing, think your own thoughts, make up your own story. Which, yes, okay, the way that that sounds is bad, right? Because we all need a little bit of those things. Oh my gosh, right back to the yawning. But we're supposed to be framing ourselves within the context of the truth and within the context of wisdom and knowledge. Oh man. Judgments are prepared for mockers and beatings for the back of fools. I don't want to wish calamity on people. I don't want to rejoice in calamity because, it says the Lord might turn his wrath from them. But, like, oh my gosh, with all the stuff going on with Hollywood right now, a lot of people are getting what they get. And I hope that continues. And I hope that a lot of people are going to continue to start speaking about their faith and standing up for it. Oh, man. Crazy times we're living in. All right, my dude finally called me back, but it's a little bit late for me tonight. Another early day. Today was exceptionally grueling. It was the busy day. So if you get a chance and you're seeing this, I'd really appreciate it if you go look at my daily video. Not the daily verse that I still have yet to post, but the one today that I had my little pool net talking about worship. Let me know what you think. You like this short form stuff? I enjoy reading all the scriptures, but I'm hoping to provide a little more value to everybody. So let me know. Go with God. Be blessed. Get some sleep. Not too much.